But the idea behind relative cost analysis started with the notion that the difference between profitability of industries can be explained by the five-force analysis. The five-force analysis of the industry structure explain why, for example, the pharmaceutical industry is so much more profitable and has been so much more profitable than the airline industry. What cannot be explained by the five forces is how come Johnson & Johnson, over a span of 7 years, was wrecking 40% operating income over assets, which is just one measure of profitability, while Genentech was only making 4%. So intra-industry differences in performance cannot be explained by the five forces, because the five forces explain the average profitability of an industry. Now, some of those companies, you just look at them and you understand why they are not profitable. For example, Rompulan, I mean, they're French. You don't need to go far immediately to understand that French will regard profit with delicate disdain. I mean, it's not, you don't live for profit. This is so bourgeois. Novo Nordisk, okay, so they are a great company. I love Novo Nordisk. We have many students from Novo Nordisk coming here. It's one of the last companies still believing in CI, and because it's in a mature industry and they are really focused on diabetes and insulin, but they are a fantastic company. But it's because it's a mature industry and most of the drugs are probably off patent, etc., it will be a little bit less profitable. But the other companies' profitability cannot be explained by simple stories that I'm telling right now, which of course might have nothing to do with reality, but I love telling stories. The question is, what make some companies so much more profitable than others will have to be explained with digging into the numbers. We can't avoid it. It's even more striking difference in the airlines industry. Over the same period, Southwest was making a huge return of about 7% on assets. And you don't even remember TWA, the worst airline. That's the abbreviation, the worst airline. But they were losing their share. Of course, they don't exist anymore. Intra-industry differences in profitability can be explained by two parallel stream of logic. One is the ability to generate willingness to pay by the customers, which is the revenue side, and the ability to manage cost, which is the cost side, and the difference is profitability. So this is common sense. Today, I'm not going to touch on the ability to generate willingness to pay. Today, I'm going to touch on the ability to manage cost differences between the companies.